Hey guys, what's going on? This is Travis P11, and today I'm bringing you, what could be, I guess, a bit of a controversial video. I'm going to explain to you why I chose a Glock 17 as my pistol of choice for home defense and also as a bedside gun. First of all, before I even get into this video, let's establish some ground rules, all right? Guys, I love any and all brands of firearms, okay? I'm not particular to, I'm not biased towards any one particular brand. I'm just going to explain one of the reasons why I chose the Glock 17 over some of the other pistols out there, and it's just a personal preference thing. But just so you know, you can sit there and say, no, you should have got a Sig, thumbs down, or you should have got a Smith & Wesson, thumbs down. Guys, I own a lot of those different firearms, and I get it, okay, I get it. But there are some very specific reasons why I chose the Glock 17. So this is a Glock 17 Gen 4, and I'm hoping from this video, if you're in the market for a home defense gun, maybe your first gun, a first pistol possibly, or you're just looking for something for a range gun or a bedside gun, consider the Glock 17. Okay, so first and foremost, one of the reasons why I chose this gun is because my wife is able to rack the slide, and she's also a lefty. Okay, so I moved the slide release button over to the other side, so my wife, God forbid if she ever has to use it and has to reload, okay, could easily release the magazine with her right hand, okay, or her left hand, okay, because she's a lefty. And also she doesn't have a lot of grip strength, so we wanted to get something that had a large slide that she could get a good rack on, a good purchase on, and would be able to charge around if she had to or clear a misfire. Me, obviously, I'm totally capable of buying this gun. Lineage, it was kind of a big deal for me since the Glock 17 was one of the first Glocks ever released. I thought it'd be kind of cool to have something that traces its roots back to one of the first, not necessarily the first, but one of the first or earliest polymer firearms. Value. Okay, I got this for $499 out the door from my local FFL. The guy's amazing. It's SS Pawn in Lexington, Nebraska. Guy's awesome. Okay, you get the guns at a really good cost. It was much cheaper than any place else. So that's just a shameless plug for that guy. All right. So value was a big part of it. For $500. Again, if you're new to Glocks, you might not know this. You get yourself 3 magazines with it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You get 4 different back straps. You get a spent casing. You get a brush and a cleaning handle that you can use to clean out the barrel. Okay, so incredible value. You get lots of things right from the start. You get some nice metal reinforced Glock magazines that hold 17 rounds or 17 plus 1, depending on how you do it. If you do decide to go ahead and get one of these as a bedside gun or home defense gun, I highly recommend the Hornady Critical Defense round. And again, I'm not going to argue with you over the validity of ballistics gel test. When I watch a ballistics gel test and the round does significant damage to the ballistics gel, I know that I'm buying a round that's going to be as effective as it possibly can be and do as much damage as possible to somebody trying to take my life. Okay, that's the reason why I buy it. They've also got nickel cases so they resist corrosion. They've got a little stopper in the end so they can go through multiple layers of fabric. And they have a powder that doesn't produce as much of a flash as standard ball ammo, I guess you could say. So you don't necessarily blind yourself at nighttime. Another reason why I like the Glock 17, I really do like their molded and stippling, the rough texture that they have on the grip. It makes it easy for me to get a purchase on it. And obviously I don't want to be fumbling in the middle of the night to try to grab this firearm. To see what I'm doing, okay, to protect myself as a bedside gun, I do use a little flashlight. This is an inexpensive Cree Ultrafire flashlight that I bought for a couple bucks. Does a great job. And this allows me to light up my area if I need to go for my gun, okay. I do have a TLR 1, okay, HL Streamlight tactical light put on there. If you're new to pistols and you haven't trained a lot on pistols, I'd recommend you get training first and foremost. I've taken several classes on defensive pistols and target practice and so on, okay? And so I feel comfortable with it, but I would probably go for the flashlight first if I was going to see what was going on because, maybe you got kids, maybe you have a daughter that comes home late in the middle of the night and you reach for your gun. These things have happened and people have, fired into the dark. Or, panicked and fired and it turned out to be a loved one, a relative, a friend, somebody who was mistaken and went into the wrong house. These things can happen. So you need to take all those things into consideration if you do put a weapon light on your pistol. I do like the TLR 1 because it's very durable, it's very bright, the battery life lasts a long time, it fits perfectly on the rail for the Glock 17. Overall, the Glock just gave a wonderful package for the money. It is a bit bulky to conceal carry. I do have other guns that I use for conceal carry. I was not big on having a pistol with a slide or with a safety. I just didn't want to have to fumble with the safety if I'm trying to reach for the gun in the middle of the night. You know, okay, another reason for the tactical light, something else to consider, just kind of out in the middle of nowhere here. If you'd happen to be in a struggle or fighting with somebody, you can activate that with your index finger, okay, or your index finger on your other hand. You can turn the light on, and that, you know, that definitely will help too. So there you go, guys. The Glock 17, why I chose it. You know, the capacity, 17 rounds, 3 mags. You know, I don't know if I would ever need more than one magazine. I hope I would never need more than one magazine to defend myself or my family's life. But, you know, if I needed to, I've got the capacity that's there. That was definitely one of those factors. Now, you might be looking at the lockbox in the back room, or the lockbox that you see right here. When I go out of town, the Glock 17 goes in the safe. It gets locked up in the gun vault, and it stays there. During the week, you know, when I'm home, okay, it does go into this lockbox next to the bed. You know, if anything, if somebody's going to break into my home, I do keep that in a hidden location in the lockbox in my home. We don't have any kids. My wife and I have no children, so I don't worry about kids getting into the lockbox, but the gun with the light fits in it perfectly, and I can keep it out of the way. If somebody's going to steal stuff, at least I know that they would get the gun in the box and probably leave and then try to open the box later on, instead of having the box open when I come home, or if I walk in and they're breaking into the house. So I do keep the gun just sitting in an open lockbox next to my bed when I sleep at night, so it's there if I need it, and I could lock it quickly if I need to and grab it and run. Yeah, so there you go, guys. Glock 17. Like I said, I'm not opposed to a Smith & Wesson, M&P. I'm not opposed to a SIG. I love those guns. I'm not opposed to anything. Whatever you want. I mean, the best gun to have for a self-defense situation or a home defense situation is any gun, okay? And I've had a bedside gun next to me for over probably close to 20 years. I'm about 40 years old. And I have early memories of my dad when I was a teenager giving me a Lorson LC9 to keep next to my bed. And, you know, he taught me how to use it safely and to be careful with it and be responsible with it. And it was never out when my friends came over. You know, and then after that, I moved on to a Smith & Wesson SW99. From then I went to a Glock 20 10 millimeter and just had different guns over the years. I had a Stoeger Cougar 40 cal, and I guess I'm just most comfortable with this gun, mainly because I know my wife can safely use it. The ambidextrous part of the slide release is definitely handy. So yeah, there you go. Glock 17. Consider buying one if you don't have one. Now you can go in the comment box and rip me up if you want to. You can say Glocks are junk, they're terrible, whatever. That's fine, guys. I'm not going to respond to trolls. Or if you got an opinion about it, or you got other good suggestions for, you know, home defense firearms or a bedside gun, let me know. Post it. Nothing wrong with revolvers either, guys. I can't hit things very well with a revolver. I'm not good with the double action revolver trigger, and that's one of the reasons why you see no videos on revolvers in my collection, other than my Taurus Circuit Judge, my wife's Rossi Circuit Judge. So there you go. All right, guys, so if you like the channel, please please subscribe. I'll keep making videos for you. I'm having a blast doing this. And this is just a Magpul, makes a polymer magazine, so if you happen to buy one of these and you don't have a lot of, if you don't have a lot of change left over, you can get these PMags for $15. And another great reason why you should always keep your gun unloaded for gun reviews, all right, guys? Because you never know if it's going to just fall over, right? So there you go. This is Travis P11. Check me out over on Instagram and Twitter. It's Travis P11 on YT over on Instagram, and at Travis P11 on YT on Twitter. I'll keep making posts and posting pictures for you. And thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll be bringing you another gun review here soon. I'm hoping I can do a better accuracy test with that Bear Creek Arsenal AR. Go out there on a not-so-windy day with some sandbags and really check out that $15 Bushnell Red Dot and see how it goes, see how it runs. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, check out my channel because you will. So there you go, guys. Thanks for checking out the channel. Be safe, have fun, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.